box in. 6 frames too high. We're moving them into regular 10 frame boxes and we're making them too high to give them room to expand. This keeps them from swarming, and we're going to be putting all the brood in the bottom box, and we're going to be putting the emptier frames and the food in the top box. And Mike's going to get started showing you exactly how we're going to do it.
This is one of the reasons I really like single brood management. Over the winter we keep them in a single brood, and then also the nukes we make last fall, they go into these polystyrene nukes. There's 12 frames in there. They fill that up over the summer and then they overwinter in these really well. So the reason we're putting 2 boxes on with single box management is because we don't want these bees to swarm yet. The major flow isn't for 6 weeks yet. So what we're doing is we're putting on these second boxes, and we're putting empty frames and undrawn frames up in the tops, so that over the next 4, 5, 6 weeks they move up, they fill out all those combs, and then when we want to do our splits and raise queens, all we have to do is come through and take these second boxes off, make our splits, put on the queen excluder, and then put on the honey boxes, and we're ready to go. So we'll get started on this one. All we're doing, like Lori said, is we're just going to go through this box. We want all the brood down in the bottom so they can keep it warm, and then all the food and empty frames we're going to put up on the top. So grab a box here. So most likely this outside frame is still going to be food. Ooh, yeah, it is very heavy.
Yeah, these bees, the ones we overwintered in the polystyrene hives, didn't even go through their food stores. They used minimal food over winter to stay alive and keep warm. So we definitely are moving towards polystyrene hives for winter for our bees. Can you tell what direction the wind's coming from?
Well, we've got some
some queen cups on there.
We just like to tear them open, make sure there's no eggs in them. Yep, that one's good. This is just a frame of pollen, it looks like. Oh, nope, there's a bunch of eggs laid in it. So this is gonna have to go in the bottom box. Check and see if I can lay eyes on the queen quick. It's not really important that we find her because we saw the eggs. We know she's there. We don't have anything to worry about.
Mike, can you tell which direction the wind is coming from?
Yeah, the wind is coming out of the west.
Okay.
Some nice fresh pollen coming in. This one is mostly empty. The reason this top box is so empty is because 2 weeks ago we rotated the boxes, moved the queen down to the bottom and the brood down to the bottom. Oh, here's our queen right here. She's marked in blue. That means this is already her 3rd year. She's already 3 years old. So most likely this summer we'll be replacing her. But she is doing a good job, so we're gonna leave her for now. We don't follow the normal queen marking schedule for the colors. We mark our queens by what lines they come from and who their mothers were, so we can keep track of it. So yeah, it wasn't blue necessarily 3 years ago, but that's the color that we used. Get down into that second box. I expect we're going to see a lot more kept brood down in this box, in these 4 frames right in the center here. This outside frame, I'm sure, is just food yet.
Oh wow. So we had put one of the super frames in there
Yeah,
This is a way we control varroa mites.
So instead of the green drone frames, it's just as easy to put a medium frame into a deep box out along the edge, and they'll draw it down, and they'll draw it, as long as you put it towards the outside, they'll draw it all into comb brood, or into drone brood. And if you look in here, it's full of drone eggs. There's larvae already. So we're not gonna get rid of this quite yet. We want them to have some drones right now, because we'll be raising queens here in about 3 weeks, I think. So we want them to stay as is for now. And I don't want them tight against the outside, but you want them towards the outside of the brood nest.
Oh, that wind is whipping.
Yeah, it's getting a little windy.
Oh, that's a nice brood pad. Let me see that.
That's not too bad. She's got some drone cells over here.
Yeah, there's a variety.
There's a few drones walking around.
This
Here is
here.
a queen cup, nothing in it.
Good. They're getting ready for swarming season.
And
When they make these queen cups and you see 4 or 5 of them on frames, they're getting ready for swarm season.
Yeah, we're gonna have swarm cells here in 3 weeks probably. But that's why we're putting these empty boxes up on top to help slow that down. Get them to build all our comb for us for our splits. So as you can see, that queen is 3 years old, but she's still doing a pretty good job. Not perfect, but can't really ask for a lot better. Drone brood here too. Yeah, she's got quite a few of these frames full of eggs already. Oh, capped brood here. Wow. So there's already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 frames with eggs and brood. And I can see this one also has capped brood on it.
I was hoping we
So,
didn't have to put any on the
She
top.
has at least 9 frames of brood in this hive already. So she's doing an excellent job.
I have a bee on my camera trying to help me. Hi.
As long as it's not buzzing in the microphone like Bruce's always do.
Bruce's bees. They like to help Bruce make videos too. They have something to say. Oh, queen cup.
Food. There is a queen cup. I don't expect that there's anything in it. Nope.
Good. It doesn't really matter if we destroy queen cups because they can build them in no time.
It's going to be a tight fit down in this bottom box.
Do you want to shake those bees into there? Or?
These?
Oh.
Or these?
Those.
No, there's enough room. I'm not rolling them. I'm going nice and slow. Perfect.
Nice. Do you want the smoker?
Alright, now we're going to smoke them a little bit.
Make them go down into the hive.
Put this other box back on.
So these polystyrene nukes, there's a divider that goes in right here. And it can be you can put 2 different colonies in there. So we can make these into 2 queen mating nukes. We are going to take these and bleach them and scrub them and clean them before we do use them for nukes. Just to make sure there's no residual, illnesses or anything that they might have and that we don't see. And then we will use those for queen mating nukes. Each one has an entrance on each side. This one on the back is on the right side, and if you turn around, it's on the right side of the other side, looking at it. But I am a huge fan of these polystyrene nukes. Mike, you gotta bounce the bees in there. I had been doing that up until now. That's probably why you... Do you think the bees will be colder at night in these wooden boxes since they've been in these nice warm polystyrene?
They will,
Yeah.
but that's one of the reasons that I'm not going to put an inner cover on there.
Uh-huh.
I'm just going to put just the telescoping cover on there so that they don't have ventilation up here, so it'll stay a little warmer yet.
And while it'll stay warmer, there are pros and cons to that. One of the things that I don't like about not using inner covers is they will propolis the lid to the brood box. Makes it really hard to get it off. But that's just one of them. Everything's got pros and cons.
So we're going to keep working here. If you guys have any comments or questions, leave them below. And we'll see you in just a couple of weeks. We're going to do the drawing for our polystyrene nuke that we're giving away. All you have to do is look up that video and comment on it and subscribe. If you're already subscribed, that's fine, as long as you leave a comment. And if you guys do need any Hive Alive patties or regular Hive Alive that you put into your syrup, you can use our discount code HamburgHoney10. So get out there and enjoy your bees, guys.